Hello and welcome to another Oregional video. This time we are going to talk about our Oregional API Base app, what it is good for, main features and a little technical details. I'm going to try to keep it short in the first 4 or 5 minutes to give the basics, and after that in the second part, longer part, we are going to go more into detail. So if you have just a few minutes, stick around till about 4 minutes. So let's get started. So Oregional API Base. What is this app used for? Well, basically, it's a base app for our various APIs. They all have a common code base because no matter what is the external system, no matter the communication language, the basic is the same. We register an application, send out messages, receive the responses, and process them, or we are receiving incoming messages and send back replies. So this app is actually making a framework for it. It's when you made it available in your system, uh, you can install it the usual way. Just search for it and click activate. Now, it has only one dependency, which is the Oregional base app. So you don't need anything else. You don't need any packages on your operating system. It just works with Python requests. So um, no extra overheads. After you have installed it, it deploys a few permissions. Uh, for the administrator, it gives manager access to API. For your users, it's up to you how you want to allow users to send APIs. We recommend that you put this, actually it depends really on you, but if you want to allow your internal users, all of them, to be users of the API so they can send message, you can just include this group in the internal users like the same way you do. So you search for the internal user group and you can add the API usership. So if somebody becomes an internal user, they become an API user too. But it's up to you. You don't want to force it. Depends on your security considerations. And one note is that when you install an actual API app like VS or Bilingo or anything else, you also have the permission layer. But if somebody is a Bilingo or VS API user, they get automatically put into this API user group as well. So yeah, that's about permissions. So after installation, and if you have the API user at least permission, you will see a new menu here. This menu doesn't change the configuration. It doesn't give you any new options here. It only introduces this new module category. It introduces a new scheduled action to check the licensing status if there is any necessary for an API, and it just makes a maintenance batch system-wide setting. It's on the background processing. You can balance it here. So applications. So applications are the main uh, items in this app. You register an application like VS, and then you start messaging. So here you will see checkout or VS or Bilingo video where you will see actual data. Uh, you are usually do this onboarding in the actual API apps. So don't really create here by hand new apps right now. There are some, there is an OAuth 2 mechanism, kind of sort of in it. So that's for the authorization. The reporting is for the messages that were incoming or outgoing. And there are some advanced model scheme and model configurations, but they are not really used now uh, in the base app. It allows you to, if you are using our advanced Odoo communicator to help you define scope of models, blacklist them and whitelist them. But for the basic, it's actually just these screens are just for reporting. They become full of life when you start to install actual API applications. So yeah, that was the quick one. And if you want to go a little deeper, uh, I could say that this app is a framework upon which we are implementing app API apps to various external systems. So it's a bit technical if you are a coder guy, developer. You might want to check our code. It gives a lot of useful reusable methods to register applications, manage their license, make the messages, store them, log them, process them, because no matter what is really the external system, as I said, it's all the same in a way that you are sending from your business data, you prepare a message, you send it, you receive the reply, and you process it. Or the other way around, if some other system is talking to you, you accept the request, process it, and send back the reply. So the response. So it's providing a framework for it with logging and whatever. We wrote a lot of APIs over the years. And for the first, in the beginning, we wrote each of them separately, but then there were a lot of common code. There was an idea or something. It took a long time to implement it everywhere. And for us, it's much easier to have a common uh, app, common ground for all of our APIs. We've seen it with other Odoo vendors that others are kind of doing the same. They maintain a common baseline and then implement the specificity of specific things of a particular API in another app. So yeah, actually that's more about it. When you check our other videos, you will see more. We will go through there, show you screens. So here you just have to believe this is the way it works. There is a documentation page for it. Work in progress as always, but check back here for info. And actually, it's more for coders, so take a look at the source code. It's well commented. Uh, Maybe you find something useful. So, yeah, thank you for your time. That's about it, and see you in the next video.